Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got 1 versus 1 on Fatamorga. But on the other side, as the Space Marines, we've got VR. For on the other side, as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Ehsan. Ehsan will be opening with triple Cultists and a Chaos Temple, whereas VR is going to go for triple Scouts, a Servitor, Plasma Generator, and a Chapel Barracks. So there we are, Loyalists versus the Traitors, tale as old as time, and I do believe as well, Ehsan is going to go for a Mark of Chaos Nurgle, which is interesting and fun. Quite often we see Chaos players go for the Mark of Khorne, but in a game against Space Marines, I mean, it's just basically going to be a game of heavy infantry slogging out against each other. You know, I mean, we've seen it before that the Chaos Space Marines and the Space Marines, once they get their apothecaries and icon bearers and such, and their health upgrades, very difficult to kill. But I mean, with the Mark of Nurgle upgrade, this will make them even more difficult to kill. So it'll be down to VR, seeing what else he's able to do to eke out some sort of advantage. Maybe some land speed of fire, maybe some artillery, as always, or maybe just some fire. Fire's always good for soul, fire's always good for purging heretics and stuff. Also, I can't help myself, but VR makes me think of a joke, right? What is a pirate's favourite letter? No, it's the C. Haha, I bet you said R. No, it's the C. Sorry, I'll go home. I'll stop the cast now. I'm just too funny. I'm too funny, boys and girls. I'm sorry. It's a curse and a blessing all rolled into one. Either way, Tactical Space Marines are on the Chaos Space Marine side of things. Two big chunky boys, lots of cultists knocking around. There'll be no grenade launchers for these guys at the moment as there's no armor on the field, but Chaos Space Marines reply in good stead with their pink bolters. Well, bolters themselves are black, but the warp fire that comes out of them is a lovely shade of pink. That will scare these guys away. They do have some friends there that are coming over, so 4 versus 3. 4 will win because 4 is a bigger number. That's how maths works, boys and girls. Evenly, I mean, looking at the stats, they are actually, the Space Marines do a little bit more range damage. Yeah, okay, alright, so the Space Marines should in theory win if they're evenly matched in a ranged fight-up. But again, that's assuming that the numbers are correct. Things all do change, of course. And what about health? Like, I suppose you'll have slightly more health because of your Nurgle stuff, won't you? In the grand scheme of things. 3 Chaos Space Marines, that's 3,600. And that's 3,500. Yeah, okay, so ever so slightly at the moment. Cultists will be crumped good and proper by the boys in blue. Potential for flanking. By what faction have you gone for? Gone for the 3-headed Hydra, that's the Alpha Legion. If I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. Some scouts running on over, I assume, to cap that critical location once those Chaos Space Marines venture out and forth. More Tactical Marines. So yeah, like I say, probably going to be a heavy infantry slog. I mean, was it VR last time we saw on a 1v1 on this map with the exact same matchup? Was he not down here and he built a wall and the wall didn't work? Can't quite remember if that was his game, if it was someone else's. That was a damn fine game indeed. Definitely do check out the Ultimate Apocalypse playlist if you missed that one. Go for a bit of a punch up with the cultists. Before then coming back, giving them an old slap around the wrist. Someone being teleported in. Who are you? You are going to be... Oh, the suspense is going to kill me. Assault Marines, okay. That makes sense. Wonderfully timed as well. They'll be able to come in and use their chain swords to full effect. Dear oh dear, I mean, the cultists, easy to kill, but they're quite decent in close combat and remarkably cheap to reinforce, so actually, I don't think this is going to work for the Ultramarines. So they might have some more Assault Marines coming in. That's the one big difference between the Chaos Space Marines and the Space Marines in the early game, is that Scouts are good for capping, but kind of pale in comparison to the usefulness of cultists. By just be able to just throw them in and pad out your unit roster. I mean, Scouts can get like snipers and all other sorts of gubbins, but in a dirty engagement like this, cultists definitely come out on top in the supporting unit role. That is that. All the Tactical Marines have been killed. Chaos Space Marines reigning supreme in that quite decisive early engagement. Got some more Tactical Marines in response. I mean, the economy is 170 and 30. compared to 116-20. So already, economies for both players is quite substantial. Mines minding their own business, exploding willy-nilly as people come into close contact. And the assault marines taking up so much damage from them. You really can't stand on those minefields for too long. Thinking that they could just out-tank the damage, but those fields do incredible damage. Tactical marines and assault marines engaging in ranged combat, trying to use their ranged superiority, but now I've got some cultist grenade launchers. That's even more damage on the incomings. Space Marine's got no other option, must fall back, especially with those heavy bolters in their ranks as well. Chaos Lord coming out to party. Mean Beast in close combat. Are we in tier 2? Well, tier 1/2. We are in Ultimate Apocalypse after all. You're teching up. Are you teching up? Not at the moment. Because you're building up lots of other bits and bobs. Plasma pistols. You guys do have access to your aspiring champions in tier 1. 1/2. Yeah, you're definitely not upgraded into the next tier. Because you are about to be. I think vehicles are the option here. You need something just to be able to weather the storm of the small arms fire. Would you class just a regular bolter as small arms fire? I don't think so. But we're going to, for the purposes of the conversation here, grenade been thrown in. It was a minor inconvenience, but losing a ultramarine in the process. More been thrown in as much and often as they can. Purge the Weak being activated, increasing the damage given and taken. But there's not much damage incoming from the perspective of the Chaos Space Marines. So having a happy time. Here comes an attack bike. Oh, I love a good attack bike. Put him in the middle, do all this stuff. And you're not pressing your advantage, Ehsan. Why is this? Are you thinking that if you press in, you're going to lose more than you actually gain? I mean, you've got the map control. Got the critical locations soon across the whole map. There's no countdown victories on the go, so it won't change much, but always a little bit of extra money. Never hurt anyone. Sacred Artifact ready to bring forth, I assume, the Apothecaries. Because these guys can get one in their squad, and you can also get another one from here. Chaos Space Marines waiting for these guys to come out of their shell. Before then going at them once again. Here's a question. Chaos Space Marines, top knot on top of his helmet. Is that his actual hair? Or is that just some stuff put on top to make him look like Horus? And also Horus with his hooded helmet, well, not hooded helmet, but the area around his neck was like the way it was. Imagine trying to turn your head around with that. A real pain in the backside. Oh no, it wasn't Horus, sorry, it's Abaddon. Horus was famous for being bald, as all traitor Primarchs tend to be, for whatever reason. Is it baldness that, you know, inspires heresy? I don't know. Cultists falling down left, right and centre. Space Marines have seen a weakness. Oh, an attack bike has come around the side as well. Very nice stuff. You know, fandangle himself around. There we go. The biker mice from Mars. No one can take him down. Also got some Devastators on the backside. Chaos Lord charges on in. Maybe a little bit too zealous there. This is so many Chaos Boys. Maybe in front again. Knocking everyone around. Plasma guns on the Tactical Marines. Morale being completely broken by all those grenades, so actually quite a nice touch. Gives the Tactical Marines a little bit of space to work their magic here, but morale being restored quite efficiently. Always hard to break a Astartes morale, whether they are loyalist or otherwise. Of course, the loyalist Space Marines, they've got their sergeants to regain their morale instantly. These guys don't have that option. They're quite a nice defensive engagement. I've got a apothecary for this tactical marine squad here. We'll be helping everyone nearby. Same with the Devastators on the back lines. And one thing that Ehsan could be doing with a Chaos Cultist squad is if he's got an engagement like we saw there, could pull one squad back and start chanting and praying and stuff. Will give everyone a bit of a boost and a bonus to the old defensive capacities, but plenty of icon bearers act as the apothecary for the Chaos Space Marines, channeling that warp energy through the ruinous powers, pressing on forward. We have a thermo plasma generator that can be beaten down by the starties if they so wish, but they're going to decide to just... Dear oh dear, just how many grenades? Those cultists not feeling it. We're just throwing it left, right and centre. It's like a game of dodgeball. You dodge a frag grenade, you dodge a ball. That was a good film. Very much enjoyed Dodgeball. Although, is it one of those films where you enjoyed it as a kid, and then when you grow up you realise that you've matured out of that humour? I attempted to watch Little Nicky a little while ago, that Adam Sandler film, because I thought, hey, that was a funny film. Growing up, I'll watch that again. It's not funny. It's not even remotely funny. I remember cackling, you know, like rib-splitting, like, laughter when I was a kid. Although massively age inappropriate. Don't know why my parents let me watch that. But then watching as an adult, and it's like, no. Just not funny at all. There we go, Devastators. They're standing in the middle. They're surrounded by cultists. Here comes that fire from the Razorback transport. I very much like the idea of breaking the morale. If you are outnumbered and outgunned, if you just make them pap their kegs, so to speak, won't be doing any damage. Their numbers are rendered to naught. Got plenty more Devastators where they came from. Another stronghold as well. And all the upgrades incoming. Yeah, I think the Chaos Space Marines, massive faux pas by not pressing their advantage earlier on. They could have gone for at least a listing post. I can see where it's coming from. You don't want to push in too early, too quickly, and not gain much. It's always much harder to attack an enemy that's set up defensively. Razorback comes in, having a little bit of a nosy and seeing what's going on. Also potential to actually snag all these plasma generators. Gives these Devastators some space to maybe open fire on all this gubbins over here. So a bit of split attention. One negative as well from the perspective of the Heretics here is that while they're trying to rebuild and repair stuff, the AoE damage from the Flamer will also get them a little bit. Managing to take down that listening post. Hell Talon. I was about to call it Helen for a second then. Helen the Hell Talon is out on a proud conga line of chaos. Down the pathing. That's probably the one negative about this map. I know it's probably the most popular map for a 1v1, but just the circular nature of these little pools of water. They get a pain in the backside for pathing. Havoc Marines now armed with some missile launchers. We'll take down that Razorback pretty nicely. The Tactical Marines taking down this listening post as well, but powerful push from Chaos here. Devastators can't do much. Will be returned to the top of the ridge. But I think Chaos now understand it's time to push and do damage. Tacticals over here have killed a listing post. We've also got to contend for Hell Talon as well. See what I mean though? Even though they've got overwhelming numbers, attacking uphill, I mean, granted there's no like bonus or anything, it's just you're going to go up against two listing posts in addition to all this stuff. You're also close to the enemy base where they can reinforce themselves with new units much easier than you can. Smoke grenades to increase the overall defense. You've got the apothecaries in there as well. So do you have a chaplain? If you don't have a chaplain, but a chaplain would be a major boon in this defensive posture here. Turrets as well. Good Lord in heaven. And now a flanking force. Tactical Marines, a big bite comes in as well. Oh Lord in heaven. Have mercy. Just absolutely knocks everyone over. And with that, a once proud fighting force been brought down low. Also got the Chaos Marines moving onto this side as well for additional pressure. Double Hell Talons flying up in the air. These guys are just going to sit pretty and basically throw their lives away needlessly. As I assume you're then going to transition into something different. More Hell Talons, nothing else really. You're going for all your upgrades, so it would make sense to keep on trucking on with your heavy infantry focus. Hawks have made it all the way around, and then I've realised there's nothing really to save here anymore. The Hell Talons fly away. So mighty defence has now put the Space Marines in a commanding position. Going to build up another chapel barracks. More tactical Marines.
Marine squad deployed.
Hell Talons going to chase away things, but we do have the Stalker AA. Prime unit for killing aircraft. Does go down there, but always build another one. And that's exactly what VR is doing here.
Marine squad deployed.
So, ho-hum, what is the plan for the Chaos Space Marines? You're outnumbered, you're outgunned. Space Marines start pressing their advantage now. You will be in a bit of a war of attrition. Going for even more upgrades. Accuracy and stuff. Havocs. You've also got some Plague... I mean, yeah, Plague Marines, why not? The bigger, the chunkier. They'll take longer to kill. They're good in close combat and in range combat. Havocs. I think more plasma guns as well. I like what Ehsan's... Oh, sorry, Ehsan, not Ehsan. You are VR. Going for plenty of plasma guns, melter guns, a wide variety of weapons, take on all sorts. Whereas you've got a lot of missile launchers at the moment. You've got some heavy bolts, but the heavy bolts aren't exactly primed and ready for killing. Although, do you actually have plasma guns? You do not. Oh, because you're Havocs, that's why. That's why you have those. I could bear finished. All the Plague Marines. More and more.
Marine squad deployed.
Actually, this squad's going to get 2 Chaos Icon Bearers in there. The guys holding big sticks. Spank panels on the end. There we are. In another engagement. Space Marine's taking a long while to break down. Trying to focus down these Hell Talons. One goes down. Morale broken on one Space Marine squad. They've got no sergeant to regain the morale with, which is very sad. Plague Marines on the front lines to absorb that damage. Good lord. Are they weathering that storm? Constantly seeing the... Oh, no, oh, it's a Chaos Vindicator this time. Oh, we're just going to constantly bring out the Helltons. Yeah, I don't think the Helltons are really doing much for you in this scenario, but the Vindicator, huge AoE damage towards infantry and heavy infantry. That's definitely the way forward, in my most humble opinion. The War Gear advanced targeting. Also negate the advantage that the Space Marines have with the Stalker AA as well. There's no aircraft for them to kill, then he's just basically a bit... I mean, it's not useless, he'll still do damage, but he won't be fulfilling his ultimate goal on roll, will he? Assault Marines and more Assault Marines. Right, so Space Marines' plan is just to have that strong firing line whilst jumping these guys in to tie up the Havocs. Which is not a bad idea. Second squad of Plague Marines is out and about. And current economy is 214, 162, 176 and 81. So the Space Marines, they've got quite a significant economic advantage here. The Ultra's moving down the middle. All right, well, we know that you're here and we know that you're set up. So rather than assaulting in that way, we're going to come this way. Poor Heretic has been spotted by the anti-air gun. He's like, I'm not an aircraft, leave me alone. But all targets are fair. And love and war. And now, actually, Space Marines have put themselves in a defensive posture. These guys have to get into position to be able to open fire. Plague Marines sending forth. You've gone for rad launchers, which are pretty rad if you ask me. Ho ho! Very funny, Mr. Landshark. Wasted as a Dawn of War caster. You should have been a comedian. Yeah, but there, that'll just chunk down their damage over time, I reckon. That's what the thinking man thinks. And now the Assault Marines descend from the heavens. Definitely want to sort those guys out. Vindicator is down. And oh dear. Goopy, mushy stuff. Not doing these tacticals any favours. Plenty of pestilence and disease. Our Space Marines have also seemed to have sorted out that Assault Marine problem that they had. Just so slow at killing everything really in this. Gotta keep on throwing stuff out and about everywhere. Some more Assault Marines for the surround on those Havocs, forcing them backwards. What are we having from the Machine Cult pit thing? Seeing a Chaos Predator. Double artillery, very nice. Just more stuff to add to the DPS. Remarkably accurate for what they are. Just doing the groundwork. Oh, we've got some Corn Berserkers. That's interesting, don't normally see those guys. Suppose that's in case any more Assault Marines come online, which they seem to just be dropping from the sky here. Corn Berserker should be able to bonk those guys pretty severely. There are a lot of them. Got to bear in mind as well, there's multiple engagements going on across the map where the Ultramarines have got the number advantage. Going down some more pestilence and disease, but then you're skull probing. Skull dropping is what you're doing. Love that strategy. Which makes me very happy on the inside. Chaos seems to be pushing the Ultramarines back on this side, but they are sacrificing all their ill-gotten gains on the right-hand side. It's not looking very pretty. The Chaos Space Marines here. Now there's a big push towards the Plasma Generator farm. If they get this, then that's just a really bad time for the Chaos Space Marines. Absolutely need to keep their economy afloat. Be able to produce as much as they can. Ehsan says no thank you. GG. Relatively, that was a close match, all things considered. The main thing was Ehsan just not pressing in when he could have. I mean, not exactly pressing into the whole base, but maybe going for the listing post and maybe the relic as well. Generally, the relic, well, this area is usually the easiest place to assault on Fata Morgana, and then you save the actual proper assault of the base till you've got the significant advantage. No, he just decided to go back home, giving the Space Marines the critical time to be able to rebuild their forces, get the apothecaries, get the artillery, and all that jazz. So thank you very much for sending this game into the Discord, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there's also Discord where Discord things happen. Link in the description as always. As with Mr. Landshark, punch is always never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.